Hi guys, I know it's been a little while since I talked to you, and that's because it's been a lot going on in my life. And it's been a year where I've been worrying about my parents, and they are not the best people to seek for help when they are in a bad shape. So this Christmas, New Year has not been the best for me. And a week before Christmas, I started to hear on my mom that she wasn't very good. And I started to worry, of course, and I asked her to call the ambulance and I asked her to call for the doctor. And she always, like she does, she says, nah, I think I give it another day, might be better tomorrow. And that's been her philosophy all her life, more or less, and an excuse to not to go to the doctors. On Christmas Eve, I had that feeling, you get that feeling that something is not right. So I called them in the afternoon and I find out that my dad hasn't been home for, she didn't know, 6, 7, 8 hours. And she didn't know where he was because she's been sleeping. And I know she's been sleeping because she was in a bad stage. And it started with that I contacted the police again, so they went out to search for him. They found him after a while, so he got home. So one problem solved, and the next day I called her in the morning and she says, and I can hear that she can't hardly speak to me, and she couldn't even talk about her illness or issues, and my mom has always been able to talk about her illnesses, so to speak. And when you hear that she don't have the breath, she can't care. I sent her a flower. She don't even recognize that I sent her a flower, and she's always been the one and say, thank you for the flowers. This was in it, and she's usually very happy about it. And she didn't have any strength for nothing, so I knew something was really wrong. And she said, I can't talk to you anymore, me. I need to sleep. And I said, and if you don't call me back in an hour or so, I will call you and we have to do something about it. She didn't call me back, and I called her up and she sounded terrible. So I called the ambulance, and when the ambulance is there, they called me up and they said she don't want to come with us and we can't do anything. We can't go against her will, but she's really in a bad way. And eventually she said, yeah, maybe I should go with you, because she realizing how bad she was. But she didn't want to leave my dad because she's worried about him, and he has dementia. He hasn't got the diagnosis from the doctor because he refused to go to the doctor. He refused to go to the investigation of it. And there's not much we can do. He's usually clear during the mornings up to afternoon, and then the memory goes. And my dad was screaming and telling her that she should just get up, just get up on your legs, there's nothing wrong with you. And I heard him in a way, I only heard my mom describe him, and this is not my dad. But eventually she went with the ambulance to the hospital, and in the morning they called me, and she's not in a good way, and they start to talk about what they should do if she passes, so to speak, without haven't really died, if they should put her in a life support things, or if they should use the heart to keep the heart going again. God, I can't even get the words. I'm quite tired. And so I decided to go down there. So it's funny, the journey down there I don't remember much of. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. But when I come down there, at least I hardly didn't recognize her. It was a shock to see her. And she turns around after a while when the carers, the doctors and the nurses are turning her and taking the tests. And she looked at me and she said, God, you look rough, Mia. And yes, I still probably look rough, but yeah, she was a character, my mom. And she lasted 4 days. And I'm very happy that I had that time with her. At the same time, I had my dad calling maybe 20, 30 times a day, asking where he is, if I have got hold on her. And, you know, knowing that he's been so aggressive and he goes very angry when there are nurses and things there, I was praying that he wouldn't come up to the hospital with my mom, and at the same time, I can't deny him. If he asked for it, I would go and pick him up because he had the right to say goodbye as well. But because he's quite confused in the afternoon, he said, no, I'm fine, I'm staying home. And I actually had 4 days, even if she more or less wasn't with me. I'm still happy that I have them 4 days, and that it was a special goodbye, and I talked to her about life and how everything's been and how we're gonna miss her. She's been an amazing grandma. Even if we have had our clashes over the year, I still love her to bits, and it's awful to see someone die that you love, but it was also beautiful because the peacefulness in when she left was amazing. And I think that's thanks to all of you guys and everyone who sent healing. It was amazingly peaceful. Even the nurses said that it was one of the smoothest things they ever seen. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And in the evening, the 29th, she started to not breathe. You know, they go, hold her breath, and it went in maybe a minute and she was gone. It went so quickly. So yeah, it takes a little while after that. I talk to the nurses to make sure she's gone, blah, blah, blah. And I say my goodbyes to my mom. And when I'm walking out, it's very hard. It's like I was walking back a couple of times to say goodbye to her. It's so unreal because she's laying there and she's so smooth, not a wrinkle, nothing. She's so in peace. And I know she's been having a hell with her disease over the last year since she did a major heart operation. And she hasn't been well after that. And the doctor said she should be happy she has a couple of years. So she had one. And at least now she's in peace. So I sit in the car on the way from the hospital driving to my dad, and I'm ugly crying all the way in the car to my dad. And suddenly I have this sharp voice in my head, and she says, well, you can take care of that bugger now, Mia. And that is so typical my mom. But after that I haven't really felt her around me. And maybe she's busy with my dad. But yeah, I don't know. And my dad, yeah, sometimes he can call up to 40 times a day to ask me actually if where mom is, if I got hold on her. It's gone a week and a couple of days now, and at least when he calls now and says, have you heard anything from mom? And I said, but daddy? And he goes, oh yeah, I'm so stupid. And I tell him every time, no, you're not stupid, you have dementia, who is messing with you. And but it's been hard. I think he has relived her death 50 times maybe, if not more. It doesn't call 40 times a day now. It's down to about 20, 25, I think. So it's a little bit peaceful, and it's going to be very nice to go there next week to move back to Värmland, my hometown, Karlstad. Living a little bit outside it, so I'm closer because I have to deal with my dad's disease as well and see what we can do about that. Everybody just say, well, it's easy, just put them in a home, but we can't put anyone in a home if they haven't got the diagnosis from the doctor that he has dementia, and he refused to do the tests and things. So we'll see what happens. Well, but at the moment, sorry, I'm just holding my breath. I'm just trying to I'm just trying not to crash and burn. And I can't really keep my mind focused on anything. I just want to be alone, and I keep my day on hold for my dad. And so, yeah, I don't really know what I was going to say about it, but if I'm very quiet, I feel like I've been quiet forever, but maybe it's not been that long. But it feels like, I don't know if I haven't grieved yet. And at the same time, I have them 4 days, but it's been such much a worry with my dad, and you worry every time he takes the car. We try to hide the car keys from him. The police who picked him up on Christmas Eve hide the car keys, but obviously he found them because I looked for them when I heard that he's been out. And yeah, so I just want to pop in to say hi to you all, and if I'm not too active for a while, you know why. Gonna try to clear out a little bit in the house next week now before we're moving. Yeah, it's only, what is it, 7 days to we move, and we're leaving 1 day earlier to stay at the hotel. So I'll probably next video will be from the house, and hopefully I don't look that shitty as my mom says. I'm so tired of wearing out, and maybe I will not cry. Maybe I have some nice pictures to show you from my new home or the surroundings, and I hope and pray that 2025 will be a so much better year for me. And I think it will. It feels like a new start, and I'm really excited about it. So take care, everybody. So happy to have this channel, and even if sometimes you just want to be a happy and jolly person, that's not life. And yeah, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.